What's going on, moviegoers? If you're new to the channel, my name is Christian. Welcome to Zero Productions. I apologize, everybody, for the shitty lighting in this video. My studio lights literally just blew out 2 minutes ago before I started recording, and I am just devastated, heartbroken, because I don't want to go out and buy more studio lights. I don't. You know what I mean? It's just expensive. Everything's expensive right now, so I gotta figure something out right now, but. Like I said, I apologize, everybody, for the crappy lighting in today's video. But in today's topic, you guys, we're talking about Jeff Snyder and some of the inside scoops he had for Spider-Man 4. Possibly a new director that nobody ever thought about. Now, right off the bat, you guys, let's talk about Zendaya. So Zendaya is going to be returning for Spider-Man 4 as MJ. And apparently that led to a trickle effect of Euphoria Season 3 being delayed because of her pre-engagements for Spider-Man 4, which, at the end of the day, it's Zendaya. And, if Sony wants her back and Marvel Studios, they want her back as MJ, they're going to get her back. They're going to pay her good money. She is extremely hot right now. Doom Part 2. Come on now. But what does this do for the story? If she's back and MJ's back, Ned's got to be back, right? I was just hoping we kind of get past that love interest and maybe introduce a new love interest in Peter's life for Spider-Man 4. I know him trying to reconnect with Ned and MJ because, that was the love of his life. That was his best friend. And he's trying to figure out a way to kind of reconnect and rekindle those feelings and those relationships with Ned and MJ. But I just think it's a missed opportunity not to kind of introduce like a black cat for a side character that could potentially be a love interest, right? I feel like that would be interesting. But like I said, it's a business at the end of the day. And not to have Zendaya attached to Spider-Man 4 would be a bad marketing move. And I understand it, you guys. But it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Because all in all, Peter is emotionally damaged right now. He lost Aunt May. Tony's gone. Nobody knows his identity anymore. He's all alone. Uncle Ben is no longer there. He has no guidance. But I feel like with his journey within the MCU so far, his guidance should be, well, not necessarily his guidance. I feel like his maturity should be at the level of where he can handle himself moving forward. Now that he's going to be living on his own, he's got to pay his own rent, make a whole living for himself and still be Spider-Man while he's emotionally damaged, you guys. He's isolated. He is extremely lonely. And that's where the symbiote comes into play for Spider-Man 4 and for future projects. I can't wait to see how they handle that. I think it's going to be very fascinating. And the whole story, because I know Marvel Studios, Kevin Feige and Tom Holland didn't want to do another multiverse storyline. And they wanted to do a much smaller storyline of the street level. But Sony's like, no, we made so much money with Spider-Man No Way Home. Let's do another one with Tobey. Let's do another one with Andrew Garfield. Terrible mistake. Terrible mistake. Go back to the basics, you guys, of what really made Spider-Man Spider-Man. Honestly, the multiverse storyline is cool and all. I understand it's a big blockbuster film, but I like character-driven stories. And there's so much to do with Peter Parker within his life right now within the MCU. There's so much to establish that hasn't been established yet, you guys. So I'm hoping that they fade away from the whole multiverse storyline and we can move past it and do the street level stuff, possibly with Daredevil. He can make an appearance in Daredevil Born Again. I want to see Matt Murdock. I want to see Daredevil and Spider-Man kicking ass, fighting crime within New York City, you guys. That is something I would love to see. And now that the Kingpin is mayor, anything could happen right now. I am so excited for Spider-Man 4. You guys have no idea. But moving on, you guys, Jeff Snyder also reported that Justin Lin is apparently a top choice right now for Spider-Man 4's next director. Someone I did not expect whatsoever. I mean, Justin Lin is an incredibly talented action director. He's directed damn near all of the Fast and Furious movies. He did Fast X, which he did drop out of, and they did replace him, but he's uncredited for that one. Fast 9 he directed. Star Trek Beyond he directed. Fast and Furious 6. Fast 5, the best Fast and the Furious movie other than the original film, Fast and the Furious, and Tokyo Drift. But can he direct a story-driven, Peter Parker struggling emotionally, trying to find his identity and what is his purpose now within the MCU. That's going to be the interesting one, because Jeff Snyder also did report that they hope to start shooting by September, October. That means the story is already fleshed out and sets are being designed right now. So with Justin Lin coming in, how much of an input can he give to the Spider-Man comic, Spider-Man genre, Spider-Man film? That's going to be really interesting to me. And like I said, he's a top choice right now with other directors. The other directors weren't named. It was just Justin Lin. So I'm like, oh, it's a possibility. It could happen. It couldn't happen. So I'm really intrigued by Spider-Man 4. And I'm just hoping that Sony and Marvel Studios can come to some kind of agreement where they want to take the story, and I just hope that it just adds to the character of Spider-Man, and it's not just a cash cow for, another multiverse storyline, because some of the best Spider-Man films have been Spider-Man 1 and Spider-Man 2. I'm being completely honest with you. Those are my favorite Spider-Man films, and those are just story-driven, Spider-Man character-driven films, and that's what I love. I love to see Peter Parker struggling with life. I love to see him struggling to be, Spider-Man. Those are the main essentials to being so relatable to these characters, knowing that, you have a greater responsibility, but then you are struggling outside of that world. You're struggling mentally, financially. Spider-Man 2 did that shit perfectly. Struggling to pay rent. Everybody is struggling to pay rent right now. It's so relatable. I go back and watch that shit. I'm like, damn, I can't even afford a slice of pizza right now. Like, it's just so relatable, man. So I'm really hoping that, that's the kind of storyline, the street level storyline we get for Spider-Man for you guys. But put your comments down below. Let me know what you guys think about Zendaya returning as MJ in Spider-Man 4. And what do you think about the reports of Justin Lin being a top choice to direct Spider-Man 4? And if not, who is your top choice to helm the next Spider-Man trilogy? Thoughts and opinions, you guys, post your comments down below and let me know. Peace.